Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my lovely students. How are you? Today we will complete Unit 4 for Mega Goal 4. You are what you eat. Today we will use count on and non-count nouns. We also use expression of quantity, some, any, and we will use would like, and we will identify some words connected with recipes. Count nouns. Count nouns name things that you can count. For example, 1 carrot, 2 carrots, 1 pen, 2 pens. They have singular and plural forms. For example, singular count nouns, a burger. Plural count nouns, 2 burgers. An egg, 3 eggs. Non-count nouns name things that you can't noun, like rice, tea, coffee, oil, water. They don't use a or an. We can't use a or an in non-count nouns. They don't have plural form. Some nouns can be count or non-count. For example, a salad, we can say a salad or some salad. A soup or some soup. We use some in affirmative statement and use any in negative statement and in question. We also use some and any with non-count nouns and with plural nouns. For affirmative statement, there is some juice, there are some fries. We use some here because it's an affirmative statement. It's used for non-countable noun and for plural. But for negative statement, we use any. For example, there isn't any juice. Is not. It's a negative statement, so we use any. There are not any fries. We can use any for negative statement, whether it's non-countable or plural. In a question form, we use any. Is there any juice? Are there any fries? Sometimes some is used in question for offers. Do you want some pizza? How about some coffee? Would like. Use would like for preference. What would you like? I'd like a steak sandwich. Would you like some mustard on it? Yes, please, or no, thanks. Would you like? Now, let's answer the following exercise. Exercise number A. Complete the conversation. Use some, any, order, and would like. You can use the words more than once. This conversation between Omar and Tony about food. Is this genius Italian restaurant? Yes, it is. This is Tony speaking. How can I help you? I want to. Excellent. I want to order some food for delivery. What would you like? What would you like? I'd like some minestrone soup and lasagna bolognese. Do you have any apple juice? Sorry, we don't have any juice. Would you like some coffee? Yes, please. 2 cups of hot coffee. Anything else? Yes. Don't forget to include some garlic bread. It's so delicious. Some words we commonly connect with recipes are dish. There are 3 kinds of dish: appetizer, main, or dessert. Quantity. We can say half or a quarter, 1, 2, cup, teaspoon, tablespoon, a handful, a clove of garlic. Ingredients: oil, eggs, salt and pepper, butter, milk, cheese, garlic, or herbs. Action: measure, add, pour, cut, chop, mix, spread, tear. Utensils: knife, bowl, whisk, pan. Cooking method: fry, bake, roast, or grill. Expression of quantity: we can use a few or a little, a lot of, much, many, enough. For count nouns, we use a few or many, and for a question we can use how many. For example, you need a few tomatoes, it's a count noun. I eat many vegetables. How many bananas do you eat? For non-count, we use a little or much, and for the question we use how much. For example, you need a little cheese. I don't eat much bread. How much milk do you drink? Use a lot of or and enough for both count and non-count nouns. For example, I eat a lot of eggs. Here we use a lot of, and this is count nouns. But I don't eat a lot of bread. We use a lot of when we use also non-count nouns, like bread. I don't eat enough fruit. I don't drink enough water. We use enough for countable noun or non-count noun. Sequence words like first, then, after, that, and finally. First, you mix the flour and the eggs. Then you add a little butter. After that, you put in a teaspoon of baking powder. Finally, you let it rise. We use sequence words to make steps. Is it clear? Now, let's answer the following exercise. Exercise number B. Complete the recipe. Use after, before, first, finally, and then. How to make a pizza. Do you like pizza? Of course. Most of us like pizza. How to make a pizza? Before you start, check that you have all the ingredients. Then put 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 3 teaspoons of baking powder into a bowl. First, add half a cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of margarine, and 1 egg to the ingredients in the bowl, and mix them well to make the dough. After you have made the dough, let it stand for about 30 minutes. Before you spread the dough, make sure it has risen enough. Then spread it evenly on the pan using your fingers. Finally, you cover it with cheese and tomato sauce and let it bake in a very hot oven for about 30 minutes.